Karnataka goes to polls next year and the Congress party is pulling all stops to revive its fortunes in the state. Rahul Gandhi spent almost 3 weeks in Karnataka during his Bharat Jodo Yatra with the aim of portraying an image that the grand old party stands with the people of the state. But that image seems to be taking a bit of a dent, with the Congress's state unit now making its ticket allocation process an exclusive one. Exclusive to those who can afford to pay up to 2 lakh rupees. Now, what is the rationale behind the Congress party's stand? And what has been the fallout? Take a look at this report before we go to our debate.
Please go to your seat. Please go to your seats.
In 2008, members of parliament waved wads of cash during a trust vote on the floor of the House. That cash for votes scandal was followed by several more allegations through the years across the country. But perhaps for the first time, a price tag has been put on an election ticket. Aspirants in Karnataka who wish to contest elections next year from the Congress party will now have to cough up 2 lakh rupees for the party's building fund. That, of course, is in addition to the fee they would pay the Election Commission. Now, the Congress believes that this will weed out the non-serious candidates and at the same time fill the party's coffers. Chief of the party's Karnataka unit made the announcement himself and even asked why the BJP was objecting to the grand old party's internal matters, an argument the Saffron party isn't ready to buy.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಈಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇವ್ರಿಗೇನು ಕಷ್ಟ, ಇವ್ರಿಗೇನು ನೋವು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೋವು ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ? 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ ಒಂದು 2 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಿ, 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇವ್ರಿಗೇನು ನೋವು ಅಂತ
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿ ತುಳುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ದಿವಾಳಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ಮುದ್ದನ್ಮೇಗೌಡರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಲವಾರು ಜನ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೊರೆದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
For a party that made corruption its plank against the BJP, this latest move does not bode well. Not only is it being accused of legitimizing corruption, the Grand Old Party is also facing charges of making this election one for the money bags. Deserving candidates would lose out because the Congress is weighing their merit based on their ability to pay up. Karnataka goes to elections next year and the political fireworks are only going to escalate. But the question the Congress party needs to answer is simply this: why put a price tag on public service?
Now, that controversy is the latest in a string of many that Karnataka has witnessed in the run-up to the elections. I spoke with the Chief Minister of the state, Basavaraj, who had some pointed questions to ask of the grand old party. Launching a no-holds-barred attack on the principal opposition party, Mr. Bommai did not mince any words as to why he believes this is the ultimate marker of corruption in the Congress party. Listen in. Today a story came out again relating to the Congress party, since we are talking about the opposition in your state, that there is reportedly anybody who wants a ticket to the Congress party needs to pay 2 lakh rupees in demand draft. I want to get your reaction on that.
See, Congress party boasts itself party of the poor. Now, which poor man can pay 2 lakhs to get a ticket? That means in Congress, no poor man is going to get a ticket.
Okay.
No credible man can get a ticket. Only a person with money bags can get a ticket. So, who will be the person to get money bags? A man who is corrupt, or corrupt in business, or corrupt in politics, can only pay that kind of amount of this thing. So, it is once again reflects on Congress the reliability on corruption and corrupt money to their politics. So it's really sad that this party has come to this stage where blatantly, openly are supporting the practice of corruption in this country.
All right, on the talking point this evening, Mohan Mishra is spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, Bhavya Narasimhamurthy is spokesperson of the Karnataka Congress Party, Radhika Ramseshan, columnist, and B.S. Arun, senior journalist, also joining us. Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, let me start with you. What would you say to what the Chief Minister is saying and the BJP in your state is saying, that, how can you have this kind of an entry barrier, saying that anybody who is a ticket aspirant in the Congress Party has to pay 2 lakh rupees. I mean, basically you're saying that the poor should not have any political aspirations. If they do, then they should not aspire for political office through the Congress party.
Hi.
Yes, Bhavya.
Yeah. So I would first like to respond to Mr. Bommai, the Chief Minister of Karnataka. His whole government is actually drowned in like numerous scandals, corruption scandals, starting from government recruitment to all the PWD works. Contractors associations have blamed them for like charging 40% commission. I don't think with what, ethics he's even talking about a party which is transparently taking money for its party's coffers. They're actually taking 2 lakh rupees from the candidates when the election commission allows a candidate to actually spend up to 40 lakh rupees for their elections. The Congress party is only expecting them, one, for the building fund that the Congress is building. There is a building that is coming up. And you all know about electoral bonds and the controversy, surrounding the electoral bonds. One, in 2019, if you take through electoral bonds, 3,500 crores were collected, of which 2,500 crores went to BJP. And Congress only receives 300 and odd crores. Why? Because of this law called anonymity. The name of the donor doesn't go to any political parties, but because the bond is through the SBI, the government gets to know who donates how much to which party. And you all know how BJP plays this carrot and stick rule.
I will ask those questions to Mohan Mishra, but I want to first get a clarification. The allegations of corruption, 40% commission sarkar, I asked Mr. Bommai and he had an answer for that as well. But I'm asking you about your party. You don't see that this is an entry barrier for poorer candidates, maybe meritorious candidates who may want a Congress party ticket, but you're not denying them a chance to participate in the election or to become a ticket aspirant.
There's another thing. There is a discretionary power of the president. If someone is a deserving candidate and who cannot afford, this will be waived for them.
Okay.
The president has the...
Okay, the president can waive this off in case of deserving candidates. Mohan Mishra, what the Congress is saying is two things. One, if the Election Commission has itself allowed individual candidates to spend, I think, up to 30 lakh rupees, then what's the problem in asking for 2 lakh rupees as deposit money? And two, this money is going to be through a demand draft. So it has to be accounted for money. It has to be white money.
Zaka, Congress is singing the same old song like 40% and all, which has gone to dustbins from past 3 to 4 months. So they don't have any moral right to speak against us. See, it's not about what election commissions or whatever. It's about the bankrupt party which won't even have money, where somebody can donate to electoral bonds. Even the people who want to donate won't trust them legally. So that's why they have received so much of less money. That Congress spokesperson should understand. So this clearly shows, Zaka, you just take an example. Karnataka has 224 constituencies. Each constituency, obviously, imagine if there is a 10 candidate. Imagine if there is a 10 aspirants, Congress will receive at least 440 crores. Come on. 2 lakh each from each candidate means it comes to 44 crores. Imagine 10 candidates, they're going to receive 440 crores. So this is the way they're looting their own karyakartas. They looted India, they looted the state. Now they don't have money because their own MLM Kumar said they looted for generation. Now the same party don't have money. The bankrupt party is looting from their own karyakartas also.
No, one second, one at a time. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. So it clearly the looting of karyakartas. I just gave a simple calculation. At least 10 candidates from each constituency. You can see at least 7 to 8 CM are there in Congress. Every day, D.K. Shivkumar supporters there. They want him to become CM. Then Siddaramaiah supporters are there. Then you have M.B. Patil supporter. Then you have Parameshwar supporter. So CM candidates itself, there are some 10 candidates. Imagine the candidates you have from each constituency. It's nothing but looting mechanism from the Congress. And the same.
Okay, Bhavya, respond to it. If every aspirant, if in each constituency there's going to be 5 to 10 aspirants or 10 aspirants in each constituency, then you are raking in crores and crores of rupees for what? I mean, what sort of party fund is this?
This will be used, like I said, as the building fund and for advertising and then the campaign. We are transparently collecting it through DD. Where's the point of corruption here? and people are willingly giving it to the party. And those who cannot afford and the deserving candidates, the president has discretionary power.
Okay.
They will definitely be waived.
Okay, so you made that point. Let me ask Radhika Ramaseshan. Now, this whole tag of 40% commission sarkar that got stuck on the BJP government in Karnataka, I asked Mr. Bommai that. I wish we could play that chunk if that is available. But what he basically said was this Contractors Association person who had written and then eventually he committed suicide. After he came to power, Mr. Bommai says that he called all the contractors, the leading lights of the Contractors Associations, and asked them, please show me evidence of where people are asking you for money, and if there is, then we will take action. He claims that no one had any evidence of any bureaucrat or politician or government official asking for commission. Leave alone 40%, he says not even 10%. Radhika. Radhika, are you there? Radhika, if you can hear me, that question.
Yeah. So what is the question, Zaka?
No, so does that politically cut ice? Because you also had this Pay CM campaign which the Congress had taken out. He says all of that is political. It has no merit on ground. That's his claim. That's the Chief Minister's claim.
Yeah, well, the contractor episode was indeed a sordid chapter in the history of the BJP government in Karnataka. But, we are talking about the Congress selling tickets. I mean, I can't, put it in a kinder way. This was tried out in UP before the last elections. The going rate was a princely sum of 11,000. But to the best of my knowledge, it just didn't work. People were not willing to even cough up 11,000. That was the rate. Now, coming to Karnataka, you're from the south. I am from the south. Barring Kerala, I know that contesting an election in every other southern state costs crores and crores. However, if you are going to put a price tag on tickets and therefore an entry into electoral politics, I mean, it is shocking. To me, it sounds absolutely shocking. Although the Congress spokesperson said that the president has the right to, to waive aside this particular norm if the candidate is deserving enough. But to link the price tag to seriousness, that's what we were told, so that candidates are serious about contesting elections. I mean,
no, the waiving off can happen in one odd constituency, 5, maybe 10 constituencies. It's not going to happen across 228 constituencies. That's the problem with the waive off clause.
Yeah, it is not going to happen. Of course not. I mean, it will be extremely, it will be very judiciously used, his discretionary power.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that we are used to other kind of criteria in candidate selection, even caste or community or the person's experience, winnability, family. In the case of the Congress, yes, family legacy and so on. But a price tag, I mean, it didn't work in UP. So I really don't know if it is going to work in Karnataka, but Karnataka, yeah.
BS Arun, what Radhika is essentially saying is you're putting a price tag on tickets. You're essentially selling tickets of a political party to the highest bidder. I mean, if you're saying that you're going to have to pay 2 lakh rupees as an entry barrier fee, then that's as good as selling tickets.
Zaka, I have a few points to make here. Number one, I think there is already criticism against this, and even internally, I was speaking to a couple of Congress people. There is some sort of unrest on this. I think ultimately Congress might modify or withdraw this, this demand. Okay. But having said that, I'd like to make a couple of points here. See, if you take the Himachal Pradesh elections which are going on, Congress received for just 68 seats over 1,300 applications. So it's an enormous number of applications there. And if you take the 2017 Himachal elections, for 68 seats, they had got 400. So you can imagine the kind of rush there. In Karnataka also, there is a sort of an opinion that Congress might do better this time. So the party is seeing a heavy rush. And another point I want to make here is Election Commission has not barred any political party from receiving this kind of donation. And as the Congress spokesperson has said, it is all in black and white. It's a DD, it's officially sort of accounted. So what is wrong in it? If a political party wants to make some money for its building, for its advertisement, for its campaign, for other infrastructure, there is nothing wrong because it's not illegal.
Okay.
And I want to make one more point.
Okay.
Which is that in Karnataka or mainly in southern states, say unlike say Bihar, the candidates spend enormous amount of money for the elections. Mm-hmm. Each constituency would be seeing crores and crores of rupees flowing like water. And in today's, in a modern day like today, do you think 2 lakh rupees is a huge amount that will make a candidate poor?
It's not about whether it is 1 lakh rupees or 10,000 rupees or 2 lakh rupees. It's about the idea of the principle. If in principle you are saying that X or Y or Z, whoever it is, any aspirant to a political party's ticket has to pay money and put some kind of an entry barrier, it's the issue of principle which is the problem. But let me go back to Bhavya and ask her this. On the one hand, you say that you're the party of the poor. In fact, in the 2019 election, you even launched something called Nyay, giving direct benefits to, I think, to the tune of 6,000 rupees to every poor household in this country. On the one hand, you are saying that you are the pro-poor party in this country, and yet within your party, you're not encouraging pro-poor policies by putting a 2 lakh barrier on tickets or ticket aspirants to your party. This is contradictory.
No, the thing is, when we talk about policies, we have always been pro-poor. Even in this case, the way you people are misleading, saying corruption and stuff, this is very transparently, openly, they've done a press conference saying through DD we are collecting this. Second point, the way you said, anybody can apply for this. And just before my turn last time, somebody estimated some 400, 500 crores that's going to come. Calculate it properly because there are like 224 seats.
Yes.
2 lakh each. So around 500 lakhs, that means 5 crores. Even if 10 people apply for one seat, it will be around 50 crores, not 500 to 400 crores. That's going to fill in the party's coffers.
No.
Please, I just want to make it clear here.
Look, again, I think people are clutching at straws here. The issue is not whether you'll get 50 crores or whether you'll get 500 crores. The issue, got it. I get the logic of what you're trying to say, but the issue is that of principle. You cannot, as a political party, you cannot have an entry cap for a ticket aspirant to your party, because that is not a democratic process. Then that straight away the playing field is not level. The playing field is tilted towards people who can pay 2 lakh rupees.
Can you please repeat that?
No, anyway, I'll come back to you in just 1 second. I want to play what the Chief Minister said about this tag of 40% Commission Sarkar that seems to have stuck on the BJP government. This was even before his time. He says in the last year and a half that he has been Chief Minister, he has repeatedly asked contractors and heads of contractors associations to come up with evidence of this bribe taking, as it were. And he says no one was able to produce that evidence. Let's play out that chunk and then I'll go back to our guests. Let's come to some political questions. When you took office over a year ago, there was this whole moniker about corruption Sarkar, 40% Sarkar, so on and so forth. There was this famous case of a contractor who had even written to the Prime Minister. The Congress opposition has been making a big deal about it. My question to you is, what have you done in the last 1 year to erase that perception or to mitigate that perception?
First of all, that perception is political. Nothing true. I called them. Said, please give me one small or big case where you have paid 40 or less than 40%. You tell me.
Okay.
They never came out of this. And some of the contractors were telling television that we have paid so much and all. And when we really asked them, they never done the work for last 8 years. No, it is totally political. That's apart. To weed out the corruption, it all starts from the estimates of the work. Estimates are bloated. So I have made a committee, a high-level committee, where High Court judge is there, and retired High Court judge is there, and retired technical officers are there. They're going to scrutinize all the major estimates of the major projects, right, which comes from the department. And they're going to scrutinize critically and see that if nothing is bloated, nothing is been add-on is not there, it should be realistic. That's number one. Number two, I have said that not more than 5% premium should be paid to all cut. Earlier, in some cases during Congress government, Siddaramaiah government, I got instance they paid 20%, 30%, 40%, 50% premium. So I stopped all that nonsense. And then there was a demand from contractors that at taluka level, the more participation should be there. So no big package has to be. I have taken steps for that. We have passed orders, it's already implemented. Thirdly, in terms of payments, there was questions asked. So I said everything should be on seniority. And I'm now digitalizing the entire payment. No contractor should come to the office. It should go to his account, whatever it is due is. Before payment, all the checking should be done. So these are major changes I'm going to bring out in the entire payments, not only payments, awarding, everything. And
okay, let me go across to Mohan Vishwa. So the Chief Minister is saying, A, none of these contractors were able to bring evidence, and B, he says that many of these projects were already bloated. Now my question is, the bloating or the over-invoicing is the classic strategy of disguising commissions or disguising bribes. If they were bloated and if there's been an audit that's been done, then why don't you put it out in the public domain? How many such projects were bloated? How many such projects were over-invoiced? How many such projects were given at the Congress time and how many projects were given during your time? Because then the Congress can't say, turn around and say, this is a pay CM government.
See, Zaka, as our CEO clearly told, he has made a transparent system to carry out all contract work. But the biggest question is, even today, Congress was not able to produce even a basic evidence. To give a counter example, recently we lodged a complaint against Mr. Siddaramaiah, who took 1.5 crore bribe from a person to give a directorship in Turf Club. Come on, for that, we have a proper evidence. We submitted everything, then we gave a complaint just for 1.5 crore bribe. Okay? Why can't Congress do that? Or why can't the Contractor Association President Mr. Champana do that? That is what we are asking from past 4 to 5 months. Let them come up with some sort of basic evidence instead of making false allegations. Okay? Then coming back to the regular the debate which we are doing it today, imagine just for one application they are collecting 2 lakh rupees. For how many crores the actual ticket could be sold by Congress? That point also has to be the point of discussion today. Application itself is 2 lakh means probably, the actual ticket of Congress could be sold for somewhere around 10 crores or 20 crores. Who knows, sir? Because Congress...
No, the allegation of tickets being sold, Radhika Ramaseshan, it's not the first time that we are seeing such an allegation. We've seen that, in the past in UP, Bihar, other places as well. Allegations against almost all parties that tickets are getting sold. But the issue is that, as Mohan Vishwa says, if for applicant entry barrier you are putting 2 lakh rupees, the Congress is saying that helps weed out the non-serious candidates. Does that hold any water, that argument?
Not at all. Since when has money got linked to seriousness, for God's sake, I mean, if somebody is serious, he or she will will ensure that he gets a ticket. And in any case, in a state like Karnataka, you have to spend crores on fighting an election. So that itself exhibits seriousness of intent. But my point is that why do you want to discriminate at the level of entry? I mean, the money bags will be there, of course. I mean, if you're not, then it's very difficult in some of the southern states to fight an elections. But this is highly discriminatory.
No, but why can't the Election Commission do something about it? I mean, if this
Election Commission should take cognizance of this and
you
do
believe
something.
there is prima facie material that violates the Representation of People's Act?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
It is violative of the PRA.
B.S. Arun?
I respect the opinion of my friend Radhika, but I beg to differ. It's since Election Commission has said, has barred so many things in this country since independence. And why not this, if that is the case? So if Election Commission has not done that, it is legal for a political party to collect money on record for its election expenses. There is nothing wrong
legality.
in
Once again, BS, legality or otherwise can only be decided by a court of law. But I take your point. Many could also argue that Election Commission at the end of the day does not have that much powers. I mean, there are legally mandated limits for both for candidates. I think it's 28 or 30 lakhs, or at least used to be some years ago. No candidate, and you know that certainly in Karnataka, no candidate is spending only 28 or 30 lakhs for his or her election. Can Election Commission do something about it? No.
Yeah, if every party thinks that this is not good, this is not moral, then the Election Commission should take a view on that at the earliest.
Okay.
But then we have seen, some parties collecting money and some parties don't. So as you mentioned, there may be some talk of a level playing field being given up.
Okay.
But then it's up to one party, to collect the money if it wants to. We are in a day where, seeing the electoral bonds being opaque. So what is wrong in a political party collecting money through, through DD?
Okay. Let me go back to Bhavya. The point that the Chief Minister was also making, how is it that if the Contractors Association head had written to the PM no less and he went on to commit suicide, when this government asked for evidence in the public domain, neither the contractors nor the opposition was able to produce any evidence?
So, a sitting minister resigned after a person, their own party worker, committed suicide, blaming this minister when it comes to the same contract basis work. That on one side, and when it comes to just sub-inspector recruitment, PSI recruitment scam, an officer of ADGP level, Amrit Paul, has been arrested in this government, and he was ADGP for the recruitment of police department. And today he is ready to give out the names. If he even said he will give the statement in front of the magistrate, but the government is not ready to produce him in front of the magistrate. Why is that happening? If this is how your investigation is, and we even requested them to, an association of students requested them to give the case to the CBI.
Okay.
They are not ready to do that.
Okay, Mohan Vishwa respond. Police recruitment scam. Mr. Ishwarappa had to resign because of this contractor scam. These are all recorded facts.
Exactly. See, Zaka, only moral responsibility, Mr. Ishwarappa resigned within 48 hours of, that particular incident, which is very bad. Okay, even today, there was a clean sheet given by the ACB. There was no proper evidence. The case is going on. But what did Congress do during their tenure? Mr. DYSP Ganapati, who made a video openly and said, for his suicide, Mr. George, who was then Home Minister, was responsible. What did Mr. George do? He took 2 months. He cleared all the evidence before giving it to CBI. Then he resigned. So that's the kind of moral responsibility we are having here. And in the case of PSA recruitment scandal also, we arrested the topmost officials. So that they should appreciate. At the same time, come on, let us speak about the teachers recruitment scandal. And also in the same PSA scandal, their own party workers are also have been arrested. That's the kind of justice, that's the kind of investigation we are conducting.
All right, I got to wrap up. I want to thank Mohan Vishwa, Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, B.S. Arun, Radhika Ramaseshan, because I think one thing is very, very clear. I think corruption is going to be a big talking point in the Karnataka election. Whether or not that dents the BJP and helps the Congress, or whether or not it dents the Congress and helps the BJP, that of course only the people of Karnataka will know and tell. That's a wrap. Thanks very much for tuning in.